No, just kidding. Welcome back, guys, to the Say Loud podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Gatlin, as usual. I got Simi here and Alex here, producer man Alex, back again, here to talk to you guys, talk your ear off, have some fun, make some content. Subscribe to the channel if you're watching on YouTube.
Smash that subscribe button.
Smash the subscribe button, hit the like button, share it, whatever. Yeah, go follow the show on IG. I didn't say that last time, and I fucked up. Go follow the show on Instagram at the Say Loud Pod. Follow me on Instagram at Anthony J. Gatlin. I think that's what it is.
Seerha, Seerha.
Alex, do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, go.
We'll link it.
Go find Alex. Go find him somewhere. I know he's on Facebook.
Don't add me on Facebook. Do not add me on Facebook.
No. Dude, I honestly hate when people add me on Facebook.
People still add you on Facebook?
Yes, and I'm like, I don't use
Mr.
Facebook
Popular,
at all.
whatever.
I don't use Facebook at all.
Yeah, neither do I. I just go on there when I want to see that another person from high school is engaged.
Yep. There's like, what are we at? What's the counter at? 6, 4, 5?
I don't even know, because if you're counting grades above and below us, it's probably like 20 at this point.
Yeah.
Lots of people are engaged.
Riley's sister is getting engaged. Well, just got engaged. I didn't even know she was engaged, first of all.
Some of these people, I'm like, you're out of high school?
Like, Jesus
and you're
Christ.
engaged?
Yeah. You're starting a family. Roman and Lily just moved to Milwaukee. Congratulations to you guys. Way to go. That's a big move. I'm going to miss you guys.
Wild.
I have a picture of Lily that I just throw knives at.
Oh, yeah. Okay. For a second, I was like, wait. I was like, okay, it took away your lover.
I'm kidding.
That's why.
I'm just kidding. Well, yeah. You want to talk about No, you probably want to talk about your traumatic day.
Oh my God. I've never hit anything with my car, except I've actually accidentally ran over a raccoon, I think. But that's the only
raccoon.
type of car issues I've ever had. I've never even been stopped by the police. And today I was pulling out of Orange Theory and I didn't even notice the girl next to me already pulled out of the stall she was in, and then somebody else parked there. So by the time it was my turn to pull out, I didn't notice that there was another car there, and I hit the wheel of this other car and I started crying. And this poor man was like, it's okay. It's okay. And I'm just crying. I was just like, I'm so sorry. I just kept on saying, I'm so sorry. And I just offered him my phone. I was just like,
just take my phone here. It's yours. You can have it.
You can have my car. You can have my firstborn child. Like, I was just giving everything. No, I wasn't bawling. I really wasn't. I was trying to hold it in. But he could see the stress on my face.
Yeah.
He was probably like, wow, I am traumatizing this girl. He was doing absolutely nothing wrong. And obviously it was my fault. I hit his car. But I just started crying.
That's okay.
It was a long time coming. You know, I was going to cry sometime today anyway. And it was him who... He got to witness it happen. And it was embarrassing because I haven't gone to Orange Theory in like over a year. And I just started going back. Like today was like my second day. And the entire staff saw me bump into this guy's car and then cry about it.
Are you going to show your face again in Orange Theory?
I'm thinking about it, but I accidentally signed up for 6 months. So they're going to see me. I already feel so weird going there. I don't know why. I just feel like I don't belong. I can't
You're just
put
there
my
to work
finger on.
out. Everyone's there for the same reason.
Exactly. I don't know. But this isn't helping. So now not only do I not fit in, but they all know my trauma.
Well, the picture I saw, it wasn't even that bad.
It was not bad at all. I literally go home and this is after I cried all the way home. And then I go home, I like calm down. I'm like, okay, good. And I was like, okay, now I need to tell my parents. So I walk into their room and they're both getting ready for work. This is at 7:15 in the morning. And I walk in and I look at them. They just both turn around and I just start bawling again. They're like, what's wrong? I'm like, the parked car. And they were like, are you okay? They're like, did you hurt somebody? I was like, no. Nobody's hurt. Their car's fine. Our car's a little worse. Yeah. But they were like, oh, okay. And they just finished getting ready and went to work.
Got along with their day.
And I did nothing today. Absolutely nothing. Because I was traumatized.
You know what? And that's fine. You know,
it's called giving yourself grace.
It's called self-care. know?
If that's what you want to call it.
It's just have a day to cry.
Yeah.
Crying's fine.
Sure.
I don't remember. Actually, I do remember the last time I cried, but I'm not gonna talk about that.
Oh, okay. Do you think it's a red flag when you ask people, like, that like intro question that sometimes you ask people, you're like, well, do you remember the last time you cried? And they're like, no. Do you find that to be a red flag?
I think people lie actually.
Oh, okay.
About that.
So you don't think it's
Because
a red flag? You think it's a lying factor?
Yeah, I think people are probably just like embarrassed, especially if you're a man.
Do you feel like that?
No, I mean I was just about to lie and say, oh, I don't remember the last time I cried.
I remember the last time
I was just about to do it.
I remember the last time I cried. He's
But then I was
crying
like-
right now.
As I'm crying, I'm like, but I was like, no, let me not do that because I do remember the last time I cried because it was like, it was maybe a month ago, probably.
Okay.
A month and a half ago.
Do you want to share why?
No,
He's like, nope.
no. You
Yeah.
probably can guess why.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm not that easy of a crier. I think cars give me a lot of stress.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's gonna
Unce, unce, unce,
No,
unce, unce.
say it one more.
There we go.
Thank you.
Club scene. Yeah, I don't cry easily, but then once I get started,
Yeah. But no, I don't think it's a red flag. I think people just
Yeah.
lie about it because they don't want to
yeah.
put themselves out there and
Yeah.
be like, have the other person think like, oh, you're a fucking crybaby or like
Yeah,
you're too
yeah.
emotional,
Not me.
which is not true. Which is
I know
not,
I'm
I mean,
emotional. I'm a Cancer
is it
moon.
a thing to be too emotional? Is that a red flag? Being too
To be
emotional?
too emotional? Yeah. And to me, that just shows a lack of like emotional development. Because what's a child? Like a baby, a
Very
toddler?
emotional.
That's very emotional. They cry at everything. They don't know how to solve their own issues, but you expect that because their development stage is at that. That's when I think like when, you get into your tweens and people like don't really know how to handle things and they just like, anger is an emotion. I read this tweet the other day. It was like anger or the patriarchy has somehow convinced us that anger isn't an emotion. And since it isn't, then men can't be emotional, but men are angry all the time. Therefore, they're very emotional
That's
as a
true.
population. It was something like that. Tweet was a lot funnier than what I just said. But but I was just like, wow, they really rebranded anger as not an emotion.
Well, who doesn't? That's just dumb. Who would not think anger is an emotion?
Yeah. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I think it's not like a red flag, but I just think that is a person who's not very developed, you
Yeah.
know, as an adult.
Of course. Speaking of emotions, how did the Minions movie affect you?
I was going to ask you, I almost cried at the Minions
Really?
movie.
At what part?
It was the part where okay, spoilers.
If you haven't
for
seen the Minions movie,
movie.
go see the Minions movie.
Go
It's
see it.
actually kind of good.
Okay, this movie, to anybody who wasn't a Minions stan before, you will become one. I'm a Gru stan. I'm a Minions stan. What was his name? Brass Knuckles?
What was his name? It was like something Knuckles.
Something Knuckles.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm a him stan. And I think it was the point where he accepted Gru as like his child, because it reminded me of the couple of scenes where the mom was there and she just did not pay attention to Gru. And I was like, wow, this kid is really out there on his own trying to prove himself, and he's like creating goals for himself, probably to distract himself from the fact that his mother doesn't love him. And then, in comes this villain, this super villain who takes him under his wing, and he finally has an adult figure. Maybe not the healthiest because he's a super villain, but I was like, wow, you finally have someone. And I was feeling a little emotional about that. I was like, I wish little Gru had this earlier.
Wow. That was much more complex than what I thought
That's
about
what I'm
the
saying.
movie.
Is I think this movie was super. It was like, it was social commentary.
It definitely was. Because I think like it's kind of the same like with the Minions. Like the Minions see Gru as this like protector or like this provider for them, obviously. Like they work for him, they build this secret lair, and then who was it? Bob, Kevin, and who's the other one? Like the main three.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think. Bob, Kevin, The one who messes things up all the time.
Yeah. Otto.
Otto.
But then there's a fourth one too.
But Otto's the one.
Otto's the one that messes everything up.
Oh, you're right. The one that's like acts like he doesn't care.
Yeah. Bob, Kevin, and...
I want to say Rick, but I know it's not right.
No. Either way.
Stuart? Is that what it says?
Is that it?
Stu?
Bob, Stuart... Well, Bob, Kevin, and Stuart. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Those three.
Yeah.
Those like the main three ones, and they see Groot as like their father figure pretty much. And
Yep.
then when he's like, I basically don't need you guys anymore because they... Spoiler alert, because they lost the Otto loot. He like trades in the fucking gem thingy or whatever.
Precious
The
necklace, all
whatever,
powerful necklace. Yeah.
for a fucking pet rock.
Yeah.
And then he's like, screw you guys. Like, you're
Yeah.
the worst thing that ever happened to me, this and that, whatever. Not really, but
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And then they're all like, they all do their little like sad,
Puppy dog eyes.
sad dog eyes, minion eye thing. Mm-hmm. I'm not doing it on camera. I'm going to embarrass myself like that. But yeah, it's kind of the same way.
Yeah. No, definitely. And I think that was more like, sometimes you have to help your parents out when your parents need help.
Whatever happened to his mom anyways?
I don't know, but she's a very bad mother. Or maybe she needs a backstory because she has some type of story or reason why she's not a great mother.
I wonder where his dad is.
Ooh, daddy issues.
That's me.
You're like, I relate.
That's me. I'm just like sitting there. I'm like, damn, where's his dad at?
Oh my God. I just saw this comedian. It was on TikTok. It was just like, I'm really fucked up. And the audience is like, oh, wow. And she's like, it's because I have a really good relationship with my dad. And everybody's like, wait, what? And she's just like, yeah, it led me to trust men for way too long. It's just like...
Hey, there's two ways that like having your father, the relationship with your father
too
can
good,
go.
daddy issues.
If he's too nice, you have too good of a relationship with him, trust men way too easily, and then you get... That was terrible gesture. I meant as if you get like they just ruin your entire life, right?
Yeah, no, they take advantage of you.
Right.
I mean, they might. I don't know.
Right, they take advantage of you. They manipulate you, and then like you believe them or whatever.
Or they make you become like their mom. I don't know.
That's weird.
Yeah. Well, mothering, but not like that. Okay.
Some dudes out there might do it, bro.
Yeah, I saw it. It was another TikTok. Oh my God. I need to have a quota of how many times I can reference TikTok like
you are
that.
you are my source for TikTok when it comes to like doing a podcast. I don't have TikTok anymore.
I need to delete it. I need to delete it. But this one was just like when you realize that dating men is just slowly entering motherhood. I was like, oh my God. Obviously an overgeneralization. I want to put that out there.
Not all guys.
Not all guys, but most. But
most.
Anyway, I was like, oh
you
shit.
can go that way, or you can go the route of your dad was never around and like you just don't trust men at all anyways. Which
anyway, so Gru has some issues, and I think another spoiler for a future movie, I don't know if this is 2 or 3 or is it 1, where he like adopts 3 daughters, right? And that's probably why he was not confident in his fathering
that was the
abilities.
first movie, right?
Might have been, the first one. I haven't
those his
seen
actual
it.
kids.
No.
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
I haven't seen it. Actually, maybe I did see it and I just don't remember it because that came out like long ago.
Like when we were in middle school, probably.
But
no,
that
was it?
Yeah, probably because I think Darndeep was young. But I think that's probably why he's not very confident in his parenting skills because he doesn't have it, or he didn't have a father figure that we know of.
Yeah, that's why I like this Minions movie because obviously it was like the setup to how he became who he is. It took a lot of balls for him to steal that amulet or whatever.
Oh my God,
from the evil
I was
Six.
inspired.
The villain, what is it? The villain six. What is it? What's the nickname of them?
The Super Six?
The Super Six. It was something 6.
Yeah.
And then they didn't kill off dude, but they got rid of Knuckles Man.
Yeah.
Which was bogus.
They couldn't kill him. He was too powerful. I know. I loved it though.
10 out of 10.
10
that
out
was
of 10.
A very good movie.
Actually, 9.5 out of 10 for me. The only thing I would have appreciated is if they didn't, like Disney and Pixar, I don't know which one it is for the Despicable Me movies.
I don't think it's either one of them. It's,
Okay. Animation movies.
It's Illumination, I think.
Oh, okay. But most animated movies, they'll use like ethnic features and put those on villains, like a particular type of nose, which will indicate that this person's evil based on what they look like. And they kind of did that during this movie, and I don't like that.
Like with which characters?
Like in the villains, everyone except the main villain, Bell Bottom, she was the only one who was attractive. Like
You didn't think the
conventionally
nun was attractive? Yo, she was dope. Might have been my
She
favorite
was
one.
so funny, but even she had a larger nose, smaller eyes, and like they do this thing where they try to make villains. I mean, yeah, you want to make I guess you can make a villain not attractive. That's fine, but you don't have to use ethnic features to get that across. Like you'll notice most villains have huge noses or like traditionally like a crooked nose, and that is rooted in anti-Semitism. Not that, because that's a stereotype that Jewish individuals have like larger noses or like, what is it called? Like a scoop nose or whatever the fuck. But, I wish that Disney would kind of let go of that now, or animated things.
Yeah.
I mean, even Gru has a huge ass nose too.
Is Gru from a Jewish background? Because I feel like his mom's
like Russian or something. I don't know.
Was she?
I don't know. They have a very unique accent for Gru. It's not quite Russian, but it's not quite not Russian.
His mom sounded like someone from kind of like East Coastish though, which was weird to me.
Oh, I did not read that.
I did.
Oh yeah, but that's probably why it was weird, because they're mixing accents together. I don't know. So maybe that's a part of the problem. They made and like people from the Eastern Europe, like those features are always used as like evil. And that's in Russians are always used as evil in American movies because it's like Cold War era stuff, which is just stupid. Like, let's let go of that now.
Can we now?
Villains can be attractive. Okay. I'm in my villain era.
So what villain, is there a villain out there you think is attractive?
Bell Bottoms, she was so hot. What the hell?
Okay, yeah. But like
her little waistband that she would like take out and just like get like chain people up with. I was like, heck yeah.
No, she was good. But I love that the nun was hilarious.
The nun was hilarious. No, everything else about the movie, perfect. That's the only thing I noticed of like, I was just disappointed to see us continue to do that in movies where, the villain has to have like in animation, the villain has to have like an ethnic nose or is like ugly. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
What would your ideal villain be besides bell bottoms? Your like ideal hot villain.
Like I love juxtaposition or like something that like irony and stuff like that. So if it was like looks like the superhero, yeah. Because in spoiler for Frozen, Hans.
Yeah.
He enters Anna's life as if he's going to be the Prince Charming that's going to save her from this kingdom, but then he's the villain.
Right.
Love it. Obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with Hans.
Twist.
Love it.
Very good plot twist.
The sideburns, perfect. Loved it. He worked them.
Good for the time. Speaking of villains, we've missed out on like 3-4 different stories since our last podcast. So we got to talk about the
current events,
other
villains of our lives.
6, literally the other 6 villains of like real life.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not my place to talk about it.
Why do you feel like it's not your place?
Because I don't know. I feel like I obviously would love to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I feel like you
are
more knowledgeable about it than I am.
Thank you for thinking that.
It would be better coming from your mouth than mine.
Yeah. No, I get that. I was just kind of questioning because I think a lot of people are like, oh no, like me and all my guy friends, we totally wouldn't support what the Supreme Court did. That's why we don't even talk about it, because it's just like given.
No,
and I was like, well, you should still talk about it. You should still talk about it, right? Yeah.
But it's like I'm giving you the floor because it's
no, totally. But I guess what we're talking about is the overturning of Roe v. Wade. And I don't even know when is that going like into effect. Like, what are the laws that are coming up from that? I follow a couple of lawyer TikToks, and they're kind of talking about how the timeline of it is interesting, obviously, because of bills that are being introduced into legislation right now. But in several, I almost said countries, states, like Texas in particular, they're having like discussion of what is personhood then for a woman who is pregnant. So can I collect child support as soon as I conceive? Because now a fetus is recognized as a person at conception. And so that opens up the door for so many things. Like there is a couple of women, one in Colorado, I think, and one in Texas too, that were riding in the HOV lane, which is like the high occupancy lane. I think that's what it's called, right? HOV?
The Hove lane?
Hove lane, yeah. And she got pulled over because it was just her. And the police officer was like, "Ma'am, you have to have 2 or more people in the car." And she's like, "I do, I'm pregnant." And she was like 9 months pregnant or something. But then they were like, "Oh, well, technically, blah, blah, blah." So I think technically she's going to lose in court. But what that does do is it opens up this discussion of what is personhood.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, yeah.
I'm not trying to, but an interesting one I heard was taxes. Being able to.
Oh, yeah. Claim them as dependents.
Yeah.
Which is, see, that's what I'm saying is like people, I don't know. I think that people try to oversimplify what is happening. And yes, there's this overarching right that, depending on your view, has been taken away or is rightfully bestowed or whatever. I don't know what your personal belief is, but it opens up the doors for so many more things than we thought about. And the IRS is going to have a hell of a time.
Oh, they're going to love it.
Oh, they're going to love it. No, that's already really difficult, right? And now it's going to be much more difficult.
Yeah.
And I think people will purposely try to claim them as dependents because you get tax deductions based on how many kids you have.
Yeah. I think like the initial reaction was like, okay, this is really fucked up.
Yeah.
Because now they're giving it back to the states. Like obviously more than half of the states in the US are most likely going to ban abortions or just like have some sort of restriction on getting an abortion, which is going to make it really unsafe for women.
Yeah.
And putting a lot of girls in danger, putting a lot of people in situations they don't want to be in or put themselves in.
Yeah.
Right? Like if someone obviously is not stable enough to raise a child, like financially or even emotionally or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're in a state where it's literally like you can't get an abortion. They have to go like travel or just do it in some unsafe manner, which could kill them.
Right.
Could cause like a lot of like
health issues and like could ruin their bodies. I mean, birth control already is ruining women's lives. So, because it, it's fucking with your hormones. Women get other issues because of it, like weight gain, weight loss, headaches, mental health issues. We already have tons of problems as it is. And you're right. Yeah. This is not helping.
It's not helping at all because, and the reason why, like, again, I'm not going to know what's like, I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I'm not going to know what it's like to have a kid. I'm not going to know what it's like to be pregnant. I'm not going to know what it's like to have an abortion. So I obviously like, I feel like it's not my place because I'm a man, but I'm not going to not say anything about it because one, as a black man in America, like I had my rights stripped from me. Like,
yeah.
Oh, I know what it's like to have.
Yeah, your safety's in jeopardy.
Right. My safety's in jeopardy every day. So I'm not going to sit here and
act like you
not
don't
say
care.
anything. Not say anything when I see a group of people or if I see someone who's having their rights be stripped away from them or just be treated as if they're not human. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way and we need to hear from them. But I'm also like, what can we even do? I mean, there are some representatives that are now saying that the Supreme Court took a unilateral action. And the point of having a Supreme Court is a part of checks and balances, right? the three branches of government, judicial, legislative, and executive. And one branch took a unilateral decision to change something that's, you know, not only a hot button issue, but affects over half the population, and indirectly affects the whole population in one way or another. And they were like, they should receive some type of like, I don't know if it was like a penalty or if they have to take back their decision. I don't know what it was, but AOC was talking about it on like Jimmy Fallon or something. And
She was on Jimmy Fallon.
yeah, I think it was a late night show that I saw the clip on, but I know she's been at rallies too. So, but that'll be interesting too. Cause first of all, I don't even know, would the Senate have to take that action? Would Joe Biden be asking the the judicial branch to really think about that? I don't know how that works. Cause you know, checks and balances usually balance each other out, but I don't know how they would even enact that check. But that's a conversation that's being had, and I hope something comes out of that. But I'm gonna be honest, I'm not super confident.
Well, I mean, how could you? Like,
yeah. I mean, I saw this coming, and I feel like I've already mourned it. So like when the information was leaked, I was like, I felt like, and that's how I felt personally, because I was like, I knew this was gonna happen. Not to diminish anybody's like feelings, because you can totally feel how you want to feel based on whenever you found out, but that's how I felt.
Yeah. Oh, I just also want to be very cautious as well, because I don't want to have to put a woman in a situation where she has to have an abortion illegally, or like
have to travel
somewhere. So
yeah,
it is up to men to some standard to like be responsible.
Careful.
Like if you're having sex with someone, they're not on birth control, like if you have a condom, use it, or like
or just always use a condom.
Yeah, always use one.
Just always use one, unless you're in a committed relationship where you're trying to get pregnant. If you're trying to get pregnant, always use a condom.
There you go. But no, it's
damn,
I mean, and it also just starts the conversation of obviously having safe sex too, and
consent. I don't know.
Consent, all that's all that. It opens so many doors.
Yeah.
Like,
sex education is actually one of the predictors of a successful community, because when children get sex education when they're younger, and family planning in particular, that is the indicator of whether or not that community is going to be successful. Because if you have family planning, then that usually means that they understand, you know, consent and sex ed, but then they also understand like, what does it mean to raise a family? And then that education also probably means that they're getting other education, and it goes from there. You know, you have less people getting pregnant younger. You also have less people who are not missing, or who aren't missing school just because they have their period. That's another part of sex education that we forget about, that it's actually teaching people what, you know, their reproductive health is all about. Like just period.
There's like I always, whenever I'm at work, there's like a little sign that they have, like in just like one of the unisex bathrooms, and they have like tampons and like pads and all that stuff, and the sign says periods happen, period.
Yes, I love that sign.
It's like, you know what, that's a good sign.
Yeah,
that's a good sign right there. But yeah,
just real quick, I hate to interrupt. At your guys' like age and friend group, is anyone talking about like vasectomies or anything like that?
You know what, I was just about to bring that up actually.
Yeah.
Because I think that's really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
That guys are like, you know, to show my support for, you know, this happening, I'm going to get a vasectomy. Sir, that's not going to change the fact that like a woman in Texas or and a woman in one of these states that actually gets pregnant that can't get an abortion, that's not going to change anything. Like, I understand you.
He's like, so I can have sex.
So I could just like have sex and not get anyone pregnant.
Yeah.
Okay, brother. That's not going to change the way that...
But I also feel like the more popular vasectomies will become, the more we'll start talking about what are the actual consequences of birth control for women. Because what is this, like probably the third generation of women who've been actively taking birth control, or maybe only the second? Because if you think about it, like women haven't been taking birth control since the beginning of time. They've been using family planning. They actually know their cycles. I've been learning a lot about what does it mean to know your cycle. Do you know like women can only really get pregnant? Most women can only really get pregnant. Like also, let's change the conversation. Most people with uteruses. We shouldn't just be
Most
like
people with
gendering
uteruses.
those. People with uterusi? What? I don't know.
Man. I don't know.
Uteruses.
I don't know.
I don't know why that
You
just
tell me.
These words.
yeah. But most people with uteruses, I think that's what it is, really. I don't know why.
Uteri.
Uretopathies. Uteruses. You can only get pregnant like 4 to 6 days a month. It's when like 2 to 3 days before and after where your prime ovulation is. Otherwise, you can have like sex without, and by unprotected sex, I mean just like sex without condoms, and you probably won't get pregnant.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
I'm gonna be honest. I've had some pregnancy scares.
Yeah.
So I've panicked before.
Yeah.
And so I've done my research and be like, okay, what is the
Yeah.
likelihood of someone actually like being able to get pregnant? And it's not like
It's not that high.
It's not.
It is uteri. Oh my God.
Interesting.
There we go. Oh, it says or uteruses.
Uteruses or uteri.
Whatever. I think uteri kind of sounds cooler.
Uteri.
But yeah, no, it's actually not that much. And as long as you are constantly checking, I mean, if you have a regular period, if a person with a uterus has a regular period, then you can actually track it. And then you would know when you're ovulating, then you know when you're likely to get pregnant. And then you would just use a condom those days.
Yeah.
Anyway, the reason why I brought that up is I think that this brings up.
I should have never said that because my mom is definitely going to watch this.
Your mom or
My mom or like just
literally anyone.
look, man, don't judge me. Okay.
Yeah. Hey, everybody has
had a
those.
pregnancy scare before.
Hey, yeah, and that's the thing, is that I mean,
Don't judge
we're all
me, man.
adults here,
Right.
all adults. But yeah, I think that's the most interesting conversation that I think has come up from this. Is for me, I'm like one of those people of like, okay, well, what can we do now? And to me, I'm like, okay, it is my job to learn as much as I can about my cycle and help regulate my cycle so that I understand how that works. Because clearly the government is not going to help me anymore. And I don't trust them. I don't trust them at all.
Why would you? Who really trusts the government, dude?
Not me. Not you.
I talked to I do summer school. I mean, as you know. And I was just like, this one kid, he's like he's really smart, right? But I mean, you know, he just messed up during the school year. He's really smart. He loves like government classes and like stuff like that. He's like, I mean, I know the shit, but like, I don't trust the government at all. And I was like,
Not at all. I think
I respect that.
low key, if you're smart, you don't trust the government.
No. And he's
Yeah.
which I was just like, you know,
I mean, a healthy amount of distrust in the sense that you're a critical thinker. You need to be a critical thinker. You should not blindly follow anything. But even just because you're a follower doesn't mean you're like a sheep. It means, I mean, I just hope it means that you've thought it through. But damn.
I can't trust the government or anything, even when it comes to like fucking, because the way if we can treat a woman's body like that, why can't we treat fucking guns and all these mass shootings?
When people with uteruses are more controlled than guns.
Are you kidding me? After
Oh my God.
the mass shooting that happened
I'm
in
supposed
Texas,
to be the abject here. I saw that on TikTok and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. But I did cry when I read that. I was like, but it's so funny because it's true. Like, I'm supposed to be the object here.
Yeah.
Please treat me like the object.
yeah, neither one of our lives matter more than a gun. You know that?
Wow.
I could die by a gun right now.
Yeah, you
if I
could
walk
die by a
outside.
gun and I could die by pregnancy.
It's fucked up. Good job, America.
Good job,
Way to go.
America.
But no,
Happy 4th, everybody.
Oh my God! Don't the 4th of John lie. You don't know who John is. So instead of the 4th of July, we celebrate the 4th of July. John Brockman is a wonderful soul. John, if you're watching this, love you.
Yeah. Comment down below if you're watching.
Yeah, John, if you're watching, comment down below.
Yeah.
If you know what the 4th of July is, it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
We don't celebrate the 4th of July. We celebrate John and his holiness and all that he is.
Yeah.
He's a great man.
Yeah.
But I had a good 4th of July. It's fun.
Yeah? What'd you guys do?
I hung out with Marty.
Marty. Boom.
That's it. Hung out with Marty.
Period. Bring it back to the abortion. Period.
No, I had a good time.
Good.
Hung out with Marty and some friends.
I picked my dad up from the airport. So
He was
fun.
in India.
He was.
How was that?
It was good. It was really hot there, but he liked it. My dad likes the heat, but it was a lot, obviously. But he's good. He's back in the States.
Back in the States.
Doing his thing.
Yeah. But guns.
Yeah, speaking of guns.
Speaking of guns and heat. The 4th of July.
I know.
Homeboy.
I think you know more about that.
I don't know too much about it.
I mean,
just
I don't
know
think
that,
anyone actually knows that much. But
all I know is that
give us a rundown.
another white male. I don't know his name. I don't care to know his name, if I'm being honest. In Chicago, Matt literally just shot up I don't know what section of Chicago it was in, but
Yeah, 4th of July parties.
during the 4th of July,
Yeah.
pretty much. And so he disguised himself as a woman, right? And I haven't done too much
research on
it because it's just like, okay, it's another mass shooting, and then
I know it is exhausting.
It's
exhausting.
ridiculous, especially when the shooter is still alive.
Yeah.
Not saying that that he should be dead, but
compared to the other shooting.
Yeah, what's his name? Walker.
I
don't know his first name. I'm sorry.
Jayland?
Jayland Walker.
Traffic
stop.
He didn't shoot anyone, but
Didn't have any.
over 60 wounds.
They put 60 rounds in him.
Well, I was reading the article, and technically they're not sure if all the wounds are bullets in or bullets out. But
what?
Even assuming that means there was at least 30 bullets in
Right.
him.
And if you watch the video, because I watched the video, all you hear is.
Well, there's 8 officers. 8 officers. And they each have one gun, which has, I don't know how many bullets. And they probably emptied all of them.
They all emptied the clip on him.
Yeah. And it's funny because going back to our previous story, this other man on 4th of July actually killed people and he was not shot once.
No, and then he
could drive all the way.
Traveled across 3 hours across the Wisconsin Illinois border, came to Madison.
Almost Middleton. First of all,
I think he went into Middleton.
Yeah.
He dropped a burner phone somewhere because I think it was supposed to be like a plan. So I think he was going to do another shooting in Madison. But he had other people that were going to be involved too. But then they backed out because they were like, "You got way too much heat on you, brother. We're done." So
they're like, "This is the line in the sand. You've already killed people without us."
Right. You've done the crime already. You had the. It was just it was fucked up. So yeah, he dropped the burner phone outside of like Jim's auto shop or whatever, the one that's on University. Was driving around some prairie or something. I don't know when he got caught or who even found him. But the fact that
it took that long
and that he's still alive.
Yeah. And for people who don't know, Chicago to Middleton is like at least 2.5 hours. At least 2.5 hours if like you're going from the airport. But I think he was downtown, right? So
that's he was like in
3.5.
Chicago.
Yeah. So that's how much time it took for them to do anything about it.
This makes no fucking sense.
Literally no sense.
And then you also, I don't know if the guy in Texas ended up killing himself, didn't he? The school shooter? I think so. Yeah.
But I don't know anything besides a headline on that.
But it's just like those two instances happen, and then you're more worried about a woman and what she wants to do with her body versus
their body.
Or their body.
No, like any person with a uterus.
Person with a uterus.
what
I
they're
guess
going
I
to do with
gotta-
their body.
Yeah.
Isn't
Thank you
that
for
wild?
correcting me out.
No, all good.
Versus a unarmed kid or man. I think he was.
He
how old is
had a gun in the car, whatever.
But was it
I
on
read-
his? Was he?
Was it on his
This is what
person?
I think. Like unarmed is. I'm literally not holding anything. In my definition of unarmed, I don't have anything on me. Like if it's in the car, sure. I'm not armed with it in my hand or it's not on my person.
I don't know what the police definition is, I'll be honest.
That should be the definition.
Right. But here's another thing that when all this was getting really big, I know a couple of podcasts that I listen to regularly, they went into what is police procedure, what is police law, why do courts go so easy on police officers? It's because the leniency for a police officer and for a regular citizen is completely different. The expectation that you need to meet to be convicted as a police officer is the bar is so high because they give a lot of leeway to police officers because they're in a high stress situation. And I understand that. And when you hear that, you're like, this makes a lot of sense because police officers are in more high stress situations. But what I like, I think it was the New York Times who did this, because what I liked about the podcast is then they took a step further and then they said, well, what does training for police officers say? And then they talked a bit about training. And the reason why most like Black men who get pulled over, there's such a high rate of getting shot is because police officers are told out of every interaction you'll ever have in your life, stopping someone on the side of a street in their car is the most dangerous one you'll have. So they're walking into it every single time thinking they're going to die. So when you put the stress at 100 every time a police officer is going to be walking up to a car, obviously they're going to be trigger happy because they're so stressed. So I think it's a double-edged sword of not only do we need to review our laws and our procedures for how we evaluate police behavior. I don't think their leniency should be that easy to get away with. But then at the same time, their training needs to definitely change because it is making police officers literally shoot anything that moves in a car.
Right. And that shouldn't be the case. Like I understand police, they have a difficult job. Sure.
Yeah.
It's not easy having to work 12 hours and also having to be
Right.
like on call 24/7 if some shit pops off.
Right.
Right. There's a lot of fucked up situations they have to go in. But I get that traffic stops might be the most stressful. It shouldn't be that stressful though. If you're an officer, if you come in, relax, chill, like on the traffic stop, you're gonna get
Relaxed,
I think
chill
you're gonna get
people.
relaxed, chill people. If you come in, slapping the top of the hood of my car, license and registration, all aggressive.
Yeah.
Like, brother, relax.
Yeah.
It is 2:30 p.m.
Yeah.
Relax, brother.
It's 2:30.
It's 2:30. Highland Park, is that what it is?
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's like
it's like further than anything. So yeah, what else is there? Come on.
yeah, so he was in Highland Park and then that's like northern Chicago suburb.
Definitely 3 hours.
Yeah. With tolls.
With tolls?
With tolls.
Did he have an iPass or not?
Dude, they don't even like have people at the toll booth anymore for
No, they don't. You have to have
you
an
got to get an iPass. What do we have for time?
44,
44, that's it?
Oh my God.
30.
44:30?
Wow.
That's it. But
Yeah.
I don't have a point. Well, I do have a point.
The point is
The point
the
is-
world sucks right now.
The point is America just needs to be we
Better?
need to reevaluate everything.
Yeah.
We need
Well,
to
I think we need
tear-
accurate representation because it's clear that the amount of people that are mad in the United States is not accurate to the legislators that are in government because they are not representing the beliefs that we have.
Here's the thing though, like I talked about this with somebody else earlier this week. Like this system has been built off of like greed and slavery and basically like fucking people over, right? That's what this system is. Like that's all it has been. You can debate me on it all you want to. You're not going to convince me that America's values has not been built on some sort of like shitty, like What's what I'm trying to think of?
I will fight you.
What?
I used to be a political science major and I took a lot of political theory classes. And the reason why I'll fight you is just semantics. I think the people who created it also had greed and shitty values.
That's what I mean.
But the actual system has potential to work, but not when people involved are shitty.
But here it is. The people who created it, if they were shitty and
Can they create something
had
good?
greed, and the people now are also the same way, how is it
Yeah.
supposed to change?
Yeah. No, totally. And I think that once you understand the system, you can change the system to benefit you, which is gerrymandering, right? When
Yes.
you create certain areas that are dense so that you can have more of a certain party or whatever. But I don't know. I've in some of our political, like I got a little patriotic. There we go. My freshman year of college and my sophomore year of college, because I was like, the potential is there for this system to be amazing. And I still think that, but I just feel like we keep on fucking up because it's a bunch of people who are really greedy.
But then when you try to
for the
get
wrong
when you try to
reasons.
get people in there that aren't greedy or like
Yeah.
actually want to see the system like progress, they're not getting in.
Yeah.
They're not getting votes.
But
They don't get support
it's
from
not
people.
that they're getting support. They don't want to run, period. They don't want to be the best leader is the one who doesn't want to be a leader.
So why are you sitting on this couch and why are you not in DC right now?
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I've been telling you
the
that
best
for years.
leaders don't want to be leaders. I don't want to be a leader. I literally don't want to be a leader. I do not want to be.
You have
in
to
that.
be though.
Nope.
This is your campaign.
I would much rather you
This is
be.
my campaign video.
I'd much rather you be in DC right now with
No, well,
Daniel
me-
instead of sitting on this stupid podcast. with me.
Don't call this podcast stupid.
It's not stupid.
Yeah. He's fired, first of all.
I'm fired. Hold
No,
on.
that's what I'm saying is, okay, me on school board, that's as far as I'll go. Because that directly affects children. And
I see
care
how
about that the most.
stressful school board is for you.
Yeah, sometimes yes. But I think, and that took a lot of convincing too, not because I didn't think I was qualified, is because it's can be a game. But luckily I think MCPSD is less of a game than other districts, and that's solely based on my perception, but
Things like
And I'm
that
glad I
shouldn't be
did
seen
it,
as a
but-
game though.
well, yeah, no, I mean all types of government is a game.
And it should not be seen as like a game is
it shouldn't be a game, right?
it's not. We're
Yeah.
talking about people's lives.
100%.
Gas was about to be at $5.
I know.
That's ridiculous. I've never in my lifetime up until now, I've never seen gas go past like $4.30.
I think the last time gas was this expensive was
Maybe.
in 2009.
Yeah.
It was really expensive then too, though. Was it 2009?
I was just saying, I'm going to date myself, obviously. I remember I wasn't driving, but my parents, actually my oldest sister was, 79 cents.
Oh my God, dude. If gas was 79 cents right now, I'd be stocking up on it
Oh, I would be driving to California right now.
and then reselling.
Yeah.
I'd be a gas
Before
reseller.
I make a fool of myself, it was either 79 or $1.79.
Even still, doesn't even still.
Wait, $1.79? Definitely
During
in
the
our
pandemic.
lifetime. No, during our lifetime it was $1.79 for sure.
Well, I was.
My dad used to own a gas station, so I would be the person who would like change the sign because this was back before anybody had digital signs.
I don't know why that just like brought up a.
$1.79.
$1.79. Yes.
What year is this?
Well, I just,
You don't want to date yourself even more?
I mean, I'm not that old.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So
I was
you
like,
existed between 1929 and 1980.
Well, 9 years after 80. Yeah. Anyways.
I don't know why you bringing that up because I was at Brady's house. Also, shout out to Brady. He's
Shout
the
out to
only one who
Brady.
commented
He
on
commented it.
the video. Shout out to
Yeah.
Brady. I was at Brady's house last night and he was showing me old videos of you guys and doing. I think it was orchestra.
No way.
And you were like in the back playing the what's that thing
The
called?
timpani. Oh my God. Yeah. Because, yeah. We we both went to high school together, but some other people, like I've known them since elementary school.
Yeah.
And I was not in Brady's friend group in elementary school, but that just brought back
I think it was sixth grade though.
Yeah, this was middle school.
Yeah.
In band. But that just brought back a memory of like I was friends with Talia Joseph.
She was in that video too. There were so many people in
So
that
many
video.
people in that video. And I don't know if it was Talia or if it was somebody else in that friend group in like 5th grade who showed us a video of like a couple of people, including Brady, who made like sock puppets. Have you seen that video?
I think he showed us that video too.
I don't know why that was the thing that popped into my head, because I thought you were going to say that and I was going to be like, I'm not a part of that video.
No, he was going through the archives of like this YouTube channel that I think Ryan Culp had. I think.
Oh my God. Yes.
It was hilarious.
Wow.
It was so funny.
That's wild.
I was like, wow, look at little Simi playing the whatever the fuck you were playing.
Yeah.
There was a lot of gems in that video. Roman was in that video. Will, Daniel, Sarah Engel. She looked like she did not belong there.
It was really funny too, because I think she was probably half my height.
She looked like she was in 3rd grade.
Oh, yeah.
No offense, but she was so tiny.
She was tiny. Yeah.
There's a lot of people in that video.
Yeah. I mean, this marks 5 years of us graduating. High school, that is. Ew.
Alex is like,
whatever.
I was like, fuck you guys. 5 years.
10 years of college.
Heck yeah. Oh my God.
Good times though.
But I simultaneously feel like I'm like 40, but also 16. So I'm confused what year it is.
It's 2022.
Yeah. Oh, good. Thank you. I forgot.
You're welcome.
I was confused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just wanted to share that with
Yeah.
you.
That is wild.
I told him to send me the video, but he never did.
Yeah. Well, he doesn't want it to get out there.
I mean, I couldn't even tell where Brady was in the first place. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that was funny.
Damn.
We can just pull it up. Alex can just put a little clip right here.
Yeah.
No.
If it's posted anywhere, I can grab it.
It's on YouTube.
Legally, not great.
I think Brady would be okay if we put it up there.
Well, if we get famous, he might sue us later to make some money off of it.
Brady would definitely sue me for sure.
Yeah.
As like a joke.
Oh, yeah. And I would support him if it was for just you.
You're a part of this show. It's just me. It's not the
Legally, am
show.
I? I don't know.
You signed the contract.
Right.
Percentage based
Income.
percentage based contract.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I don't really have much else on.
Are we going to talk about our song of the week?
Oh, you're our gem.
Our song vibes?
Yeah.
We're actually doing it?
We don't have, we could play it. I don't know.
I just have like, I mean,
Do you have an art? Because I have an artist.
I have an artist and a song.
And a song.
Let me sound check quick.
Like my artist is the person whose song I've been listening to a lot. Okay.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. I was just like, I don't.
Go ahead.
Okay, fine. It's Rory Webley.
Roy Weebly.
I've
That's just how I
been
said.
listening to his music. I don't know how. Actually, I do know how I showed up with this. I was looking up playlists. I love Halloween, if you don't know. And I was looking
She's
at
also a
playlists.
Libra. If that
I don't know what you have
gives
against
context.
Libras. Everybody
you
else.
know what I have against Libras.
Everybody
Don't
else
do that.
loves Libras,
Says
and
who?
everybody
I've never
loves
met
me,
one person
so-
who, besides a Libra, never met one of the persons like, oh yeah, I love Libras.
Every single person I've ever met. I've never been told, oh, I don't like Libras. Because Libras are like, what's the word?
Toxic? I'm just kidding. Cut that out. Flag that. No, you got to cut that out. No, you have to cut that out, Alex.
Cutting to your camera.
You have to cut that out.
We're
'Cause-
charming.
No, you
We're
gotta cut that
charming
out.
is the word I was looking
Very charming.
for. Bleep it so they have to guess what the word is.
Oh.
Down in the comments, that bleep section, guess what that word is, please.
Go ahead.
And whoever was right will shout you out. But anyway, I was looking for like Halloween-ish music, and this guy, this artist, he essentially, almost all of his songs are like written from the villain's perspective, and I love a good like villain origin story or like like, oh, like he's bad, but have you seen it from his perspective? Because his life sucks, actually. So I love that kind of idea. Like I love the Joker movie. I loved it.
Which one?
The newest one.
Oh, the newest one. Okay.
The newest one. I loved it. And it was
Phoenix. What's his name? Or I don't know.
Artistically too, it was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was really good.
Like the way he walks down those steps, absolutely unhinged. I loved it. Anyway, this guy writes a lot of that music. But he looks like a golden retriever boy. And I was like, oh, did not see that coming. But yeah, that's the song. That's it.
You don't have a song? You don't have a favorite song by him?
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Anyway, the song is Friendly Neighborhood Poltergeist is the song that I will request.
Long ass title.
Yeah. And we'll just talk about it afterwards.
To listen along, press play now.
And we're back. And we're back.
What'd
you think?
That was pretty good.
Okay.
That was good. I
was thinking mid-song, I was like, shit, should I have played a different song?
No, I was looking up I was like trying to like look at the lyrics on my phone.
For anyone who doesn't know, a poltergeist is a ghost that lives in your house. So he's a ghost.
So he just can't.
He's dead.
He can't get to the girl.
Can't get to the girl. Commentary on it. I don't know how I feel about the whole like alphabet soup thing and Legos, because then I was like, is this a child?
I did notice the Legos.
Yeah. It's like, I'm trying to write my name. But then I was like, oh, because it's like a poltergeist is a ghost that lives in your house. So I was like, oh, it's your childhood home is what I was thinking. But then I don't know. I got thought, because here's another thing. Then I looked at the artist and I was like, this kid looks like he's 12. So then I was like, oh my God, he is a child. And he's obsessed with this girl. But then I was like, oh no, he's actually 19. So then I was like, okay. But isn't his other song in like, it's called like I'm the Boogeyman or something. He's like hiding under her bed and being like, oh, sorry, I made you scream. I'm the Boogeyman. Like I'm scary, but I love you. Just like scary vibes, right? But then I was just like, and at the end he says, I'm going to scare you so bad, you're going to want to go back to your mom. But then I was like,
oh, whoa.
I was like, this?
Hey, yo.
Or like, no. So I didn't know. Anyway, but I think it's really creepy and I like it because it's like Halloween vibes.
Well, it has an upbeat tempo and like melody to it, but the lyrics are kind of
spooky.
A little spooky, yeah. No, it was good. I like that a lot.
Cool.
It was good.
Cool.
Roy Weebly.
Yeah, I support him.
Is that his name?
I looked up his YouTube channel and I don't know if he's actively made videos lately. And he also looked like a child there too. So then I was like, ah. But that's okay. I support the grind. Leave.
See ya.
Leave in the comments an artist that you want us to listen to, or maybe a song that you think we would like.
Or some questions that you have for us.
We will answer your question. So I think Brady's question was, am I like a permanent co-host? And
he actually, I didn't read his comment. I'm not gonna lie.
Read it. First of all, he said he smashed that subscribe button. So thank you, Brady.
Thanks, Brady.
And yeah, I think I am. I mean, that's what my contract says.
I've been
here for a year, so it's kind of hard to get rid of me now.
Year, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, like you're literally gonna have to cut me out of this if you want to.
I already told you, like, if you leave this show's done. So it's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Like,
but yes, I will be here permanently.
No, assuming she's here for life. So is Alex.
Yeah. We're not letting
Producer
go of you either
Alex.
now. So yeah.
Dude, we gotta get you a camera and a mic. Just like a little
Oh my God, yeah. One of those cameras that like cuts to you when you talk.
That's
yeah.
what.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Leave a comment and we'll react.
Yeah.
Accordingly.
Yeah, that's it from us here at the Say It Loud Pod. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. Follow the show on Instagram at the Say It Loud Pod. Again, follow me on Instagram at Anthony J. Gatlin. I'll be over there.
I'll be at SCR, but I don't really post.
She's
that
not
much.
very active.
Yeah.
And go find Alex somewhere. he's around. He has some content out
Points
there.
if you find his socials.
Yeah. Double points. We'll shout you out. Maybe we'll bring you on as guests. You'll sit right here between us. Yeah. Anyways, thanks again. Love you guys. Thanks for the support. As always, say it loud, say it proud, and I'm out.
We hope that you enjoyed this episode of the Say It Loud podcast. And if you didn't, we don't give a shit.